Welcome back to another action-packed episode of a Work in Progress Wrestling podcast, AWI Pod. I am your host, Brent Piles, and with me, as always, is my trusted co-host from the state of Ohio. He is the mayor of Canton. Mayor, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing pretty well today. It's finally the weather is breaking to the point where you can put the windows down, crack a window, and sleep without the heat on almost. Yeah. I know it's almost June. You would expect it to be warm, but this year has just not been cooperating at all.
Well, it's like been like cooler here. Like obviously, I always tell Rachel, like, I like to come out here and do the podcast, you know, in the garage while I can, because eventually it's going to become way too hot. And usually it would have been way too hot by now to even come in here. But luckily it's been nice. And yeah, like you said, you leave the windows open. You're a little colder when you wake up in the morning. I don't like that as much because it's so hard to get out of bed in the morning when you're cold. It's so hard.
It is. It's so hard to say goodbye to your warm bed.
Yeah, and yesterday. I know you don't watch this, but on the soccer front, there is something that I did want to talk about. This past weekend, the women's Arsenal Football Club defeated the three-time European champion Barcelona 1-0 in the Champions League final to become the champions of Europe. They're the first English team to win it in, I think, 17 years. They were the last English team to win it 17 years ago, and they were the first English team to win. And a lot of people probably don't know this because I'm sure a lot of people don't follow women's soccer, but I do. But they had like a really tough year. They started out with a different manager. They ended up letting him go midway through the year because they had lost a lot of matches in the USL. And then they brought in like an interim coach, Renee Slegers, and she ended up like leading the team to doing great things since she took over. And then she ended up being named the permanent manager. And now she's led the ladies all the way to the Champions League final. And to be the first team from England to win it in that long is a really big accomplishment. And I'm just really proud of them. And it's really just a testament to like grit and willpower for that team to like face so much adversity, but still be able to climb back and do the unthinkable. Like nobody thought that they would beat Real Madrid to get into the semifinals. Nobody thought that they would beat Leon to get into the finals. They came back in the second leg of both of those games. Like in Real Madrid, they were down 3-0 after the first leg. They came back and scored 4 goals and beat them 4-3. They were down 2-0 to Leon after the first leg. They came back and scored 4 goals to beat them. I think it was 4-3 because I think Leon got 1 too. And then absolutely no one thought that they were actually going to be able to beat Barcelona, and they fucking did it. And it was an amazing match. Like they had so many chances, Barcelona did, to score, and Arsenal's back four and their goalkeeper were just so good to be able to keep them out. And then they got their one chance to score, and our super sub, Stina Blackstenius, comes in there, and she scores the goal 76th minute. And they are now the European champions. I don't know if you've got a drink, Mary. You got a drink?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I got one, too. Let's me and you right now. We're going to toast to the champions of Europe.
All right. We almost had the men's championship league win, too.
Yes, yeah.
Semifinals. Yep. I mean, to me, that's still a big accomplishment.
It is. I mean, that's further than I thought that they would get. I certainly didn't think that they were going to get to the Final Four of the Champions League. I really didn't. Like at the beginning of the season, I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, and they finished second in the Premier League, right?
Did finish second. Yeah, their last game was this Sunday, and they beat Southampton 2-1. They did make me sweat it out though, because Erlaguard didn't score the go-ahead goal until like the 90th minute. But they did finish second. We've qualified for the Champions League once again. And from everything I hear, they should be signing 2 or 3 or 4 new players this summer signing period. And one of them has got to be a striker. And I think that once this team gets a striker in there, I think you're going to see. I mean, I like their chances at maybe, definitely getting back to the semifinals and maybe even doing better the Champions League next year. And they'll have a shot at winning the Premier League. I know we'll have a lot of tough competition. Liverpool's going to be good next year. Man City's going to be coming back, but I feel really good about where the team's going. So both teams. So it's a fun time. It's an exciting time to be an Arsenal supporter right now.
Yeah, I jumped in at the right time. So I don't want to be called a front runner because I didn't even know they were good when I started becoming a fan.
Look, we didn't jump on the bandwagon. I just started watching it because Glenn watches it, and then once I watched like 3-4 matches, I just started getting into it. And then you're like, "Well, I want them to win, so now they're my team." So
yeah,
I think for us to be front runners, we would have had to immediately start liking Manchester City.
that's true because they were dominating back then, and
yeah, I mean they won 5 in a row. So, but anyway, this isn't a soccer podcast. All we do, we talk about it a lot. It is a wrestling podcast, and there was a Saturday's night's main event this Saturday. The mayor, we kind of talked about this before we started recording, and the mayor was off and on seeing some of this, and for me, I did watch it. I didn't watch it live. I went back and watched it, and it felt a little lackluster for me. None of the matches I didn't think were all that great. I wasn't impressed really with any of the finishes. So for me, it was kind of an off night for WWE. Of the matches, of the 5, there's 5 matches, I think. So you said you didn't see the opening tag team match, right?
No.
Did you see the Green Selena Vega match?
No, I didn't even. I know the one match I probably really I wanted to see, I missed.
The Chelsea Green match?
The Chelsea Green match, yeah. Yeah, I really wanted to see that one, and I missed it.
She's not the U.S. champion anymore, right?
I know. She's still my U.S. champion.
It's funny. My crush, my wrestling crush beat the Mayor's wrestling crush to become the U.S. champion.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, but it still is. I think they had a lot of fun together doing this build up. They play off each other really well, and I don't know. I really liked it going into it. I sadly was very busy that night and didn't get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, and then there was you did see John Cena versus Ron Cena, right?
I saw John and Ron Cena, yes.
John and Ron Cena. There wasn't really anything substantial in that match, I don't think.
I almost feel like I could have called that a squash match.
Yeah, I mean, it was. It was. I mean, our Truth got very minimal offense in, and then John Cena hit a low blow and an AA, and that was it. And then the main event. Well, we saw you said you saw the cage match. Or you just saw the end of the cage match.
I saw part of it. I definitely saw the very end of it. They had so many commercials on this Saturday night's main event, and build up and promotional work and everything but the matches. I feel like the show, if you combine commercials, was 85% commercials and advertisements of some sort, and then 15% wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Even the cage match. And I had high hopes for this cage match because these guys have had good matches together. But it just missed the mark for me. And even the ending of it felt flat. He gives him the concerto and then he just kind of walks out the door. I don't know. This whole entire show for me was kind of like a yawn.
I will say that concerto looked better than any concerto that I've ever seen Edge or Christian do.
Oh yeah, I'll give him that.
And I'm not saying either of the. I'm a huge Christian fan, more so than Edge, but that one looked brutal. I felt bad. I was like, oh.
So now, I mean, we were talking about maybe Damian Priest is going to go away for a little while, but now it looks like maybe it's going to be Drew McIntyre who goes away for a little while.
Yeah, Damian had a hell of a showing at that. So, and they definitely built him up strong for the future. We'll see where it's going. Yeah.
Then the main event was Logan Paul versus Jey Uso. John Cena got involved. Jey Uso ended up winning though, and then Cody comes back. And now we're gonna have Logan Paul and John Cena versus Cody and Jey Uso at Money in the Bank. But weren't they just last week saying that Gunther was going to face the winner of the Jey Uso Logan Paul match at Money in the Bank?
You know what they were? They did.
I thought so.
You're right. They were talking about that because Gunther was saying to Logan Paul, "If you win here, I'm going to be facing you. You going to be facing you basically at Money in the Bank."
Yeah. So I don't know what happened to that. Apparently that's not happening now because Yeah, that's already been announced from Money in the Bank. It's Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. So yeah, I don't know. The Saturday night's main event was kind of a miss for me. I didn't really find a whole lot of it very great. I will say that I was right about one thing because me and you kind of discussed about who maybe the new third person would be in the Seth Rollins Braun Breaker group.
Yeah.
You were kind of hoping for Ludwig Kaiser. I said maybe Bronson Reed, and I was right. Bronson Reed showed up, and he is the newest member of the group. So
he's fitting in well. I did see him on Monday Night Raw last night, at least in the promo. I don't know if they ever had a match later on, but in the promo,
yeah,
Paul Heyman was building him up really well. And I mean, Paul Heyman could make a pile of mashed potatoes sound impressive.
that's true. Yeah.
So he just stand there and look big and be called big. I kind of wish they'd go away from calling him Big Bronson Reed all the time because they're like force feeding that big part.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, self-explanatory. We can see he's big.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a little maybe too far old school and stupid promotion. Like he definitely looks big. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, he's a big guy. We get it. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's a good group. I don't think they're gonna. Maybe they will add another person. Who knows? But I don't think they will. I did watch Summer Raw last night, but I really can't even remember. I know there were some Money in the Bank qualifiers, and I think that WWE has really dropped the ball because I think Chelsea Green as a Money in the Bank briefcase holder would be absolutely magically entertaining. Don't you think?
Oh yeah. Any extra camera time you give her, she's gonna shine. I mean, I've been saying that for a decade, it feels like, but
and that's just not because we're saying because she's pretty. She obviously is, but every time she's on the TV, she's fucking so entertaining, so good. Every time, everything she does is so good.
And people, I think I heard her actually say that she wants to be the female Miz, and the Miz is probably one of my all-time favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, well, we know that one, pal.
So, I mean, her comparing herself to wanting to be him, where she can be slotted in anywhere, she's going to be entertaining wherever you put her. You can put her on television shows, you can put her anywhere, Kids Choice Awards, whatever it is. She's going to be entertaining, and she's going to do the job. She's going to show up and she's going to stand out.
Yeah, no, she definitely is good. So, and Money in the Bank is coming up. I think it's next Saturday. So next Tuesday, tune in. We'll be doing picks. Feels like we do them quickly. And then there's another one coming up right after that because right after Money in the Bank comes Night of Champions, which is like at the end of June. So
wow, so fast.
Yeah, they really. And then they got like Worlds Collide is coming up before. I don't know if I'll watch that because I haven't watched. I'm going to be honest with everyone. I haven't watched NXT in months. Well, I've watched parts of NXT, but I haven't watched it in months. Like there was that Battleground show. I didn't see it. Did you watch any of it?
No.
I know Trick Williams beat Joe Hendry to become the new TNA World Champion, but other than that, I don't know.
I catch very little NXT anymore. A lot of it is because I really like watching wrestling live, and if I don't, it's not the same to me. And typically, we're doing our show when NXT's on, so I'll catch the last like 20 minutes of it, and that's about it.
I mean, you can't go back and watch it on the fucking Peacock. That's for fucking sure. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else wrestling related to discuss. What about you? Get anything from the wrestling world that you saw that you needed?
I'll just ask your opinion on it because it's something that the TKO group has decided on is that they're going to cut out house shows. I don't know if you've heard about that, but they're going to cut out pretty much all house shows that aren't, Saturday night's main event, really large Madison Square Garden shows. And, what do you think about that? Where it seems like, is it a good thing or is it where wrestlers actually get to rest? And I don't know. I don't know what they think they're going to do in their off time, but getting reps in the ring and, getting that, a lot of wrestlers talk about how you get that ring hardened body by taking all the bumps and, going town to town and working all the time. And that's when you get injured, is when you're not actually doing that consistently. And them getting rid of all of these things, I don't know. It seems like they'll have a lot better family lives, but
true. And I really don't know how many house shows they actually run now. I think there may be maybe one or two a week. It's not like they're doing, a town every night. So I get why they would want to do it because it's a cost cutting thing. Because I don't know about you, but have you ever been to a house show? I've been to a few. Have you been to a
Yeah.
house show?
Yeah.
Has any of the house shows you ever been sold out or had a lot of people there?
I feel like every one I've been to has been sold out.
Okay, well they only did. I've been to one house show here, and there wasn't a whole lot of people there. It wasn't sold out. The 100 bowl wasn't sold out. Even the seats on the floor weren't sold out. The thing is, like I said, what you said, it's good for them to get out there and get those ring hardened bodies. But then again, what do we know? Because we don't wrestle.
No,
So yeah,
I'm just going by what the wrestlers have said in the past.
Yeah, no, I know. I wasn't saying that, but I was just saying. Another thing is like sometimes, and this is probably more for NXT people than people on the main roster, but you've got to get out there in front of a real crowd, in front of a real audience, and see what works and doesn't work, because that's the only way you're really gonna know what works and what doesn't work. You have to get out there and do it in front of an audience. And I don't know if they still do NXT at the same arena every week or if they move around. I don't know. And I don't even think that people that are in NXT just staying inside that NXT arena gives them the kind of crowd reaction that they need, because those are fucking the smarkiest of all internet smarks, and you're not going to get that kind of reaction from an everyday normal main roster crowd. You know what I mean? So that's really the only complaint that I have, is that maybe some of the younger talent does need to get out there in front of a house show crowd. And
not only do they need to do that, but that's a good way for people that are going to be making the decisions on who's getting called up to be able to base their decisions on what might work at the next level. Because I've always said there's so many wrestlers in NXT that are great for NXT.
Yep.
But at that next level, they don't have that special connecting it factor that's going to register with the mainstream crowd. Yeah. They're connecting with the smarkiest of the smarks that are in Orlando, that go to every single show. They chant along and sing along to everyone's songs, and
right. They know everything about every single person that comes out there.
They're chanting, "This is awesome," before someone even does the move. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, obviously they're looking to cut costs, and I guess that's one way to do it. It does suck a little bit for a fan, because like the one house show that I went to was more fun than any Raw or SmackDown I've been to, because the people got time in the ring and we actually saw good matches. Like I think it was the Revival wrestled the B Team, I think. And it was one of the better tag team matches that I've seen, because they gave them time to work and it was good. So that's another thing that it might be an issue, is that it kind of takes away from the fan experience a little bit, because I always feel like house shows are a little bit better as far as in-ring quality when it comes to that. Because you're not going to get a 20-minute promo segment or anything like that on a house show, because it would be a waste of time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all about, when it comes down to a corporate ownership like that, it all comes down to the money. And if it doesn't make sense for them to, be running something financially, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, they can't charge $7,000 a ticket for fucking house shows. So
no, and it's that, but then they also have to pay whatever performer to show up at that house show. You think they're going to pay Roman Reigns' fee to go to?
I don't think Roman Reigns probably hasn't worked a house show in 5 years.
Or Cena, or any of the higher end guys, Randy Orton. None of those guys are going to really show up to those things.
Yeah, it was funny. The last time I saw John Cena was at a SmackDown here, and it wasn't even when the show was on. It was after the show. After the show went off the air, he came out. And I think it was just because he was like, the people probably want to see me. I lost my mind because I didn't think he was going to come. And then when the John Cena music hit, I was apoplectic. Forget about it. I popped through the roof. It was almost like that time. This was just in my living room, though. Remember, they did like Money in the Bank last year in the UK, in England, I think. And John Cena showed up randomly. He didn't even have a match. He just came out and cut a promo. Oh, my God. I lost my fucking shit.
Yeah, he was talking about either SummerSlam or WrestleMania going over to London here soon.
Yeah, yep. There you have it. That's all the current wrestling that we have to discuss from this week. We're going to throw it up on the screen here from July 3rd, 2002. It is the third TNA pay-per-view. And you ready for some fun, Mayor?
And the 4th of July in 2002. That had to been a fun time. I had a good night that night.
I'm sure I probably took some illicit drugs. That's probably what I did.
I do not think I was sitting around watching TNA's third weekly pay-per-view, so this is going to be fresh to me.
I wasn't even watching WWF at this time, so I probably didn't even know this was a thing.
In 2002, yeah, I think I kind of laid off from wrestling for right around two.
Wait, I'm sorry, I was not taking illicit drugs in 2002. I was still in high school, so I was probably smoking weed.
Got a lot of pyro here for a show that probably didn't make a lot of money.
Well, I don't know what their pyro budget was, but
it is almost the 4th of July.
You know what, Mayor? That's right. We didn't think about that. They probably got them dope. They probably got buy one get one on the buy 3 get 1 free or some shit like that.
Yeah, they had Jarrett bring all his coupons in there.
Well, what if I bring you some chicken salad? TNA needs Athena. Man, that guy's ahead of his time.
I know. What was she, 2?
Yeah, she's like fucking not even born yet. Don West looks like the fucking devil's pimp.
He does look like he's pimped out. He looks like he's got that suit from Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, well, this motherfucker looks like he works at Spirit Halloween.
Who's the guy at the right? What's his name?
Ed Ferreira.
I can tell I don't like this guy.
He was Oklahoma in WCW.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy then.
I don't think it would have been so bad if they had not have mocked the cerebral palsy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they would have just made fun of him.
If they had just said Stone Cold,
yeah,
and just repeated, some JR calls, like it wouldn't have been as bad. But don't mock the man's physical disability.
Seriously, Don West looks like he's going to be the devil in a comedy movie, the way he's dressed, doesn't he?
He does. He's the devil in Little Nicky, if you've ever seen that movie.
Oh yeah, or he's the male version of the devil in Bejeweled, is it Bejeweled with fucking Liz Hurley and Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's it. That sounds right. I know the movie you're talking about.
A lot of talking from Post Malone here.
Post Malone. The Tennessee Titans jersey.
Man, I loved those jerseys when I was in middle school. I don't know why, but I was always a big Steve McNair fan. Like I always liked Steve McNair, even when he was like in college, and I had a Steve McNair blue Titans jersey.
Oh yeah.
And I even rooted for the Titans for 4 or 5 years. So I thought I was a Titans fan, but then when it turned out when they didn't have Steve McNair anymore, I didn't like him. So it turns out I just like Steve McNair.
And then
he died.
He died. I like Jeff Fisher too. He seemed like an all right guy, but maybe I could be wrong on that one too. I don't know.
He did seem like a hell of a coach. I agree. I always thought Fisher was a really good coach too. Even when he went to the Rams later, I thought he was a good coach with them.
Who's this
looking man?
I don't know. He looks like I don't know who that guy looks like. Fat Mr. Potato Head.
He looks like he eat a lot of. How many donuts do you think this guy could put away?
Dozens or just singular?
Dozens.
Probably 5.
I don't know who this fucking man is, but
it's like that Homer gif where the donuts just keep feeding into his mouth and he says, "I just go home."
Yeah, it's him.
That's that guy.
You know where he got that suit?
A couch fitting.
Yeah, Earl Shives is where he got it. Yeah, he went to a car place and got it.
I mean, it is a nicer quality suit than what Don West is wearing. But one of them sold Beanie Babies.
I don't know about that, pal. Don West is looking like a pimp in Vegas. I'm not sure.
This guy is talking forever. Who is this?
He's like, I like the cream-filled ones, and I like the ones with the sprinkles, and I like the chocolate ones, and then I mentioned I like the ones with the sprinkles. Yes, you said that one. I do like the sprinkles.
I bet he has to be some guy who's like paying to promote something on the show because they're still like, up and coming.
I think he might be. I think he might be an NWA guy because they're NWA TNA at this point, and I think he was announcing some sort of tag team tournament or something.
God, it's still so weird seeing James Storm without a beard. I know he said
they are known as America's Most Wanted, by the way. This tag team.
Was Robert Roode part of America's Most Wanted also?
I think Robert Roode was beer money with James Storm.
Okay.
I believe.
I knew he was Beer Money, but for some reason my brain was telling me he also was America's Most Wanted.
He might have joined them in like a three. I was going to say a threesome, a tandem, maybe at some point. I don't know. They might have had a threesome. I don't know what they're into.
We can't rule anything out. These other guys might have had one as well.
Well, maybe. All right, we shooting guns.
Whoa, he's got pistols.
Pistol Pete here. That's what they should have called him. Should have called him Pistol Pete.
I mean, you should have just held on to those and just shot your opponent.
Well, yeah. I started listening to Will Sasso's podcast. They don't do it anymore, but it's called Dudesy. It's like run by an AI. They say it's run by an AI. I don't believe it is. Oh, these guys coming out here, these flesh-toned giant gentlemen, they are known as the Johnsons.
The Johnsons. Is he led by Slick Johnson?
No, I don't believe that's Slick that there with them. I think that's Seymour Butts is with them.
It seems like a real missed opportunity there that Slick Johnson isn't with this group.
Slick Johnson definitely should have been the valet for the Johnsons. Yes. No doubt about it. I like how they're sperm colored too, which is fun.
They're also very well shaved Johnsons.
They are. There's not a hair on those Johnsons at all. You're right.
No, this is some lawnmower 2.0 advertisement.
There are no hairs on these Johnsons.
No, and if you would like to be as slick
Make
as
sure
these
you go to
Johnsons,
Manscaped and use the promo AWI pod to save 10% when you can shave your Johnson.
That's exactly where I was going with this group right here. We need our sponsorship.
Your Blue Chew, ladies and gentlemen. Get your Blue Chew. If you want your Johnson to be as rock hard as the Johnsons, get yourself some Blue Chew.
These guys are rock hard and standing at attention in the ring.
They're like Val Venus in this bitch. So here we go. Tag team tournament here. The Johnsons taking on America's Most Wanted. America's Most Wanted Johnson.
Now, do we know who the Johnsons are?
Maybe. Let's see. Maybe one of them is Jeep Swenson.
Jeep Swenson. That's a call out.
I was going to say, you familiar with Jeep Swenson?
Unfortunately, I do know who he is.
The Ultimate Solution.
The Ultimate Solution. I think he played Bane and Batman is the only reason that I want
to say he was like Michael Myers in like the newest Michael Myers movie that was made by Rob Zombie. Well, not the newest. It was in like 2012, I think.
I swear I know him from something. I didn't know if he played the original Bane.
I mean, he looks big enough to be the original Bane. I want to say he had died of steroid abuse by that point. Okay, so their names are Richard and Rod Johnson, and obviously that's not their real names. And the guy with them is Mortimer Plumtree, whoever that is. Mike Johnson's real name is Mike Shane. He was in the WWE. No, that's not him. Stop it. I don't know. So I don't think this is right what they're telling me because Mike Johnson was Todd Shane. Never heard of him. Have you ever heard of Todd Shane?
No. Thought you were going to say Tom Pritchard.
There was Rod, and then Richard Johnson, Dick Johnson was Jasper. They don't have anything about Dick Johnson. So I have no information on the other Johnson. I don't know.
We have no info on Johnsons.
Well, Rod Johnson, but Dick Johnson, I have no idea. Dick Johnson, I just don't know who he is. Nobody does.
But if you'd like to give your wiener a hot tag.
That's right. Blue Chew, ladies and gentlemen. You get as hard as a Johnson. Dick Johnson.
They're like the conquistadors, but wieners.
Yeah, but yeah. Picture the conquistadors, but they're supposed to be giant penises. They're not golden. They're like flesh tone. They're not even flesh tone, though. They're like literally like, I don't know what you would call that. It's not flesh tone. It's yellow.
For some reason, I'm hoping their finishing maneuver is like the Bushwhackers and they use it at the battering ram. And they just ram their Johnson into each other.
You get your Johnson under one arm and slam it into your opponent. Grab your Johnson, put it under your arm, slam it into your opponent. That's how you do it, right?
It's exactly what you do. It seems weird with this Johnson humor. Because, like, do you remember the Big Johnson T-shirts of, like, the mid-'90s, early 90s?
Yeah.
Like, this humor, like, went away by, like, 95, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, if you were still wearing a shirt at that point, then you were just a complete douchebag.
In 2002, you weren't wearing Big Johnson T-shirts unless, like, they were like a bed shirt that just had been, like, worn out for a while.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I'll just wear it to bed then. Yeah. I need to know more about Jeep Swenson now that we're talking about it. I need to know what movie he was in. Jeep Swenson, also known as Robert Swenson. He died in 1997 in Los Angeles, California, at the ripe old age of 40. He wrestled as Jeep Swenson, Jeep the Mercenary, the Final Solution, the Ultimate Solution. He wrestled as Bane. Don't know if he was Bane. He couldn't have been
that's
Bane.
what I knew, but the name Bane.
So he was in The Big Brawl, which is 1980. He was in No Holds Barred.
What?
Yeah, Jeep Swenson was in No Holds Barred. Let's see if we can find out who he was. He was Ludwig Perkins. Lug Wrench Perkins was his name.
Lug Wrench Perkins, okay.
He was in the movie Bulletproof. Did you ever see Bulletproof with Damon Wayans?
Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler.
That's a good movie.
It's a very good movie. Underrated.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people think of that movie. Jeep was Bledsoe in that movie.
Okay.
He was also in the 1997 Batman and Robin movie.
I told you he was in Batman movie.
You were right. You called it. I don't know if he was. Was there a Bane in that movie? No, couldn't have been.
Yeah, there was Bane in it for like 30 seconds.
You're right. He was Bane, portrayed by Robert Swenson. You're right, Mary. You had it.
Boom.
Sorry, we missed it here, but the Johnsons have lost. They're flaccid and unused because they're out of the tag team tournament now.
But we did get to Batman and Robin information.
We found out a lot about Jeep Swenson, who was not involved in this match at all, by the
way. Allegedly, he could have been one of the Johnsons.
We don't know. Well, he was dead dead for 5 years, so probably not.
Did I just see a Ryan Shamrock sign?
She used to follow me when I was on Twitter. She used to follow AWI Pod on Twitter. I'm not on there anymore, but she used to. Uh-oh. The Johnsons are sick and tired of this fucking guy, and they are choking him now. I mean, a lot of people pay good money to get choked by a Johnson.
That guy looks like he's choked on Johnsons a couple times.
Oh, yeah, he's a Johnson choker for sure. Which, look, if you choke on Johnsons and that's what you're into, we're not judging you.
Oh, no, not at all.
Choke on all the fucking Johnsons you want, buddy. Fuck them down. We don't care.
Just, do it with caution.
Yeah, I mean, watch who's Johnson. You're that's all I'm saying.
Blue Chew.
Don't put a dirty one in there. At least make sure they wash it off first. Those are words to live by.
I want to see the Johnsons dancing in the cage with the girls.
They should be in here. I'd be more entertained than this. Hips, 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 hips. Of course, this is where Sasha Banks learned all her dance moves. We talked about that last week.
Was that Tylene Buck?
It certainly looks like it, didn't it? Which, if you're interested, I don't remember what show it was, but there was one show where we went back and read off some of the films that Major Guns, a.k.a. Tylene Buck, started. I don't remember what episode it was, but just go back to the very first AWI Pod episode. Start there. You figure it out.
Oh, my gosh. Tell me that's not Scott Hall, is it?
Ayo. It's Scott Hall.
Oh, wow.
Can you do a good Scott Hall impression?
Ayo.
I think it's pretty good.
That's about all I got.
That's as far. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to do any more than ayo.
Is everybody here to see WCW?
Oh, everybody here to see the NWO. Okay, well, he just talks. He's going to talk for a little bit.
Oh, we got Jarrett and Scott Hall?
Yeah, no, Scott Hall. He was talking for a little bit, and then that guy's got a Slapnut shirt.
It's weird that he's coming out in an elementary school T-shirt, which clearly is he's way too large to fit an elementary school T-shirt.
He's also way too large to be in elementary school. So the sweaty man from the NWA is telling Jeff Jarrett, look, that shirt's fucking ugly. I know you think it's cool, but it's not. It's fucking ugly. And Jeff Jarrett said, look here, motherfucker. Spend my days working hard on the go, so shopping for shirts ain't easy no mo. I can't wait till I can beat your big fat ass tonight. That's what he said.
I love it how great you can just look at Jeff Jarrett and know.
Oh shit, Ron Cena's here.
There's my boy. It's Ron Cena.
Holy shit, Ron Cena's up in this bitch.
Oh my god! And he still looks identical. He has not changed.
He hasn't aged a day.
He might actually look older here.
I absolutely lost my shit when he came out there as Ron Cena. They need to sell that shirt because I'd buy it.
Coincidentally, this morning I told you I woke up and Ron Cena was following me on Twitter this morning.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Ron Cena followed you on Twitter. That's nice.
What a
Maybe we can get him
strange
on the show. Hey, DM him. You guys are friends now. See if we come on the show.
I should ask him.
You guys are buddies.
Yeah.
Well, Scott Hall in his elementary T-shirt just got rid of. What do you think happened? You think he threw up on his other shirt? And they're like, "Here, just wear this one."
I don't know where they would have got it. Maybe he did part of his AA program was he had to show up to the elementary school and give a speech.
Maybe. I hope that was the case. Well, he fought off Ron Cena, so now we're back to cage dancing. Maybe you ever been to an establishment where they had girls dancing in cages? Just curious.
I think I have been.
Me too.
Not recently.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really, even when I was younger, I didn't like going to strip clubs, but now I'm people might think this is weird, but I can't think of more of a horrifying situation than someone I don't know who's like sweaty and been, grinding on other people, rubbing their body on my face. Oh, it makes me want to throw up just thinking about it.
This place wasn't a strip club. This was just like a dance, like an upscale dance club, like a nightclub, where they paid, like attractive girls to be dancing in the cages up there.
There was this place downtown here called the Fat Toad where it just had like one cage and then like fat girls would get in there.
That's the most Midwest thing ever.
I know it is, pal. I know it is. They didn't pay these people. These are patrons I got in there, is what I'm saying.
I got my eye on you.
And I don't mean to be disparaging. Big girls need love too.
Yeah, especially the Midwest. They're the prized possession sometimes.
I'm just saying. Oh, here comes the Monty Brown. You remember Monty Brown from ECW fame? Like WWECW?
Isn't he still wrestling?
Monty Brown? Probably.
I thought he just was the champ, like a Ring of Honor champion or something recently.
No, that's got to be some other guy. What was he? Was Marcus Corvant in WWECW? He was like
he did the pounce, right?
Yeah, something like that.
His finisher was the pounce?
Something like that. Monty Brown. Let's see. He's from Detroit, Michigan. He wrestled as Marcus Corvant and Monty Brown. He played linebacker at American. I'm sorry. He played for the Buffalo Bills, actually, for 2 years. He played for the Bills and the Patriots.
Wow.
It's 71 solo tackles. I mean, that's not bad.
That is a lot for, just kind of a journeyman.
Yeah, he was with WWE from 2006 to 2007. He hasn't wrestled since then, so yeah, he doesn't apparently not wrestling anymore, I guess. The alpha male, Marcus Corvant, that was his name.
That's the name, yeah.
Yeah. He's wrestling someone for Unfortunate Soul. First and last name. For Unfortunate Soul.
I'm trying to see who this guy is if I recognize him. What was his name? Did you catch it?
See his name. I was too busy looking up the facts and figures of.
I'm just gonna call him Blob Backlund.
Blob, Mr. Blob Blackland. Okay, his name is. God damn it! Don't you hate when you're looking at a website and then it like fucking shuffles it and takes you?
Yeah. Because you're already right there, and then it's
Anthony
gone.
Ingram is his name.
That's definitely his real name. You're not coming up with that thing like off the cuff.
His nicknames, the Freak.
Is what? The Freak?
One of his nicknames was the Freak.
I feel like that one's a real deep cut. That
he's apparently the champion of something. He's holding a belt in this picture. So
it looked like a nice belt too.
Yeah, he probably bought it.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, and that's it. That is the end of Anthony Ingram.
He is the champion of getting power bombed by Monty Brown.
Monty Brown. He's Monty. He's Brown. He's Monty Brown.
Makes it sense.
He wrestled for Juggalo Championship Wrestling. You heard of that?
Yeah, I did too.
I bet you did. Okay, so Brown actually played in the Super Bowl with the Bills in 1994. So he lost one of the Super Bowls with the Bills. They lost a lot of.
They never won a Super Bowl, have they?
Nope, but they lost 4 of them in a row, I remember. Rooted for him every fucking year as a kid, too. especially because I hated the Cowboys because I liked Jerry Rice when I was a little kid. I've always been a Bears fan, but when you're a little kid, you gravitate toward different players, and so I rooted for the 49ers because I really liked Jerry Rice, and that's why I hated the Cowboys, and then fucking Bills would always lose to the goddamn Cowboys.
Is that Shane Gillis?
It looks like Shane Gillis does. It also kind of looks like Mickey J, the old WCW referee.
You're right. It does look like maybe that is that. I bet more or less that's Mickey J and Alexa Bliss here.
Alexa Miss, more like.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these guys? It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. But when Mickey J's here, he smells bad too. They must be the Hot Shots. That says on their ass. Oh, God, we got a little person. An angry little person.
Psych ward? It's an angry little person with a cat. Is that a kendo stick or a popsicle stick?
Yeah, it's absolutely a popsicle stick. She's very patriotic, though, this girl, Alexa Miss, with her American flag pants.
Well, yeah, we got 4th of July.
She looks like she's getting ready to storm the Capitol. I mean, celebrate the 4th of July.
Is that Jericho's wife?
I like that one.
I mean, it might
Alexa
be
Jericho here.
Alexa Jericho or Irvine. I think their real name's Irvine. But
I believe so. Yeah. Thank you. That was very good. That was very good. Jeremy Borash needs in the Hot Shots that we just saw. They need to get together and form a boy band. They really do. They need to do it.
I really want them to join 3 Count.
That's good.
But then have a midget version of them and call them We Count.
Oh, that's even better. Man, if there's any midget promotions out there, write this down. Get the We Count going. The little people.
And just look up the YouTube song 3 Count.
Everybody, we count. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh, these guys are back again. Didn't they get eliminated from the tag team turmoil thing?
No, I think they just got beat by America's Most Wanted. This is the tag team tournament. Oh, they're going to be taking on Buff Bagwell and Apollo.
Okay.
Buff fucking Bagwell.
Is he still alive? Didn't Buff
living? Yeah, Buff's still living. We learned all about the great Apollo last week. Remember, he was Phantasmo or whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
I remember all about him.
The Fire. Buff Bagwell, that stupid hat. I heard when he came to WWE for that little cup of coffee before they got rid of him, they were like, do not wear that fucking hat to the ring. Don't fucking put the hat on.
He had to rub every single person in the locker room the wrong way because he was gone faster than I can't remember.
It wasn't around long, yeah.
I feel like he just got fired immediately.
I think he got into a fight with Shane Helms, maybe, or something like that. I'm not 100% on that, but
then he became a gigolo.
Then he did become a gigolo. There's a TV show he was on, and there was a Dark Side of the Ring about him. I didn't even realize that there has been a whole new season of Dark Side of the Ring. Didn't even know.
I think I watched one of the episodes, but it might have not been the new.
There was one of them that caught my attention because I think it's someone that we always talk about on here. Maybe. No, they already did Earthquake.
Yeah, I know. They did that, I think, 2 seasons ago, maybe. But
I definitely thought it was going to be because of all the women that were just hassling him all the time because he's. Oh, Ludwig Vorga they're talking about. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, or Truth Lies and Billy Jack Haynes. That's going to be fun. Here's something for you people to do out there. If you've never seen this, Google Billy Jack Haynes conspiracy theory. Watch that video and enjoy because he's fucking crazy.
I'm not sure I've ever seen any of those, but I'm sure him and Jesse Ventura probably had some good stuff, some good thoughts.
Oh, I mean, he makes Jesse Ventura sound like a sane person. That's all.
In the Baja, we have
down in the Baja.
Judy, the real Bagwell.
Yeah, she was the real Bagwell. I wonder how these two got thrown together. What is this fucking battle bowl?
I don't know. Just like 2 D-bag guys just get thrown together.
Apollo only spoke Spanish, so they were like, well, Buff can't annoy him if he doesn't understand him.
That's a good point.
I'm pretty sure Apollo does speak English. I mean, he's Puerto Rican, so I was just making a joke about, Buff couldn't annoy you if you don't speak English. That's the only way he couldn't annoy you is if you couldn't understand him. And even then, you'd probably annoy him. Do you want to hear something crazy today that happened to me, Mayor? This is insane.
What's that?
I was working at one of the stores that I work at, and I went outside to my car to get my box cutter. I must have felt like doing a good deed that day because a homeless guy was out there, and he asked me for $1. And I told him that I don't have any cash because I don't carry cash. You carry cash?
Never.
No, nobody carries cash. So I said, what are you trying to get? He's like, well, I'm just trying to get like a Coke or something to drink. I was like, okay, I got you, man. So I go in there. I look around for Coke. So all the Coke machines, all the Coke things are like empty. There's only like Coke Zero. And so I get him a Pepsi. I bring it back out there. I'm like, here you go, man. Sorry, I couldn't find a Coke. Oh, I don't drink Pepsi. Pepsi tastes like piss water. I'm like, what?
You're homeless. Take the piss water.
I'm like, fine. I'm not trying to be like mean or anything like that. Like, I feel for homeless people because like I've been through bad things in my life. I've slept in a car and and I'm not trying to. That's why I bought him a fucking soda. But I'm just like dumbfounded. Like, I bought you this soda. And now you say, no, I don't want it. It's piss water. I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Okay, then. I actually do like Pepsi. I had a Coke.
Matter to me either way. Like, I'll drink. That's Ryan Shamrock.
I told you I saw a sign that said Ryan Shamrock.
That's her. I don't know if it's really Ryan Shamrock, but that's not a real name. But that's who played her. But I'll drink either. Like, I don't like. I'd rather have a Coke, but I'll take Pepsi too. Like, they don't really taste that much different to me. But apparently, to this homeless guy was a connoisseur. Apparently, connoisseur. I should have just bought him a beer.
Oh, yeah, he should. I mean, that's probably what he really wanted. Or he was upset that you actually didn't just give him money and he didn't want anything.
Well, he seemed happy when I told him I'd buy him a soda, but apparently not a fucking Pepsi.
I mean, that's a bad marketing campaign. So bad a homeless man doesn't want it.
Homeless person said it tastes like piss water. So take that, Pepsi.
Coincidentally, in the year 2001, I bought a Bud Light from a homeless man standing outside of a concert, and it tasted like piss water, and it probably was.
It was definitely piss water. or it could have been a fucking Pepsi. You don't know.
It might have just been Pepsi. I wish I was making that story up, but I'm really not.
You shouldn't buy anything from a homeless person.
No. And the worst part was when I took the cap off, it didn't like pop, and I'm like,
oh, no.
Okay.
You should have just bought it, put it down.
Well, I think I was either 19 or 20 at the time, so I really couldn't just go back into the bar and go get a drink.
I made bad decisions too. When I was like 20, I worked at McDonald's, and somebody left like a box of beer like sitting in our parking lot. And I don't know why they left them there, but the bottles were definitely sealed. I brought them. So one of the dudes I work with convinced me about bringing them in, and we drank a few while we were working, and I got fired. True story.
It seems like a good decision at the time, right?
It wasn't, but yeah. I mean, I lost my job at McDonald's. I was making $8.15, so it wasn't that big a deal. But
yeah, I worked at McDonald's and I was making $4.25 an hour.
Is that your first? Okay, this match is like I don't know. It is what it is. But what was your first job? First ever job?
It was McDonald's.
Yeah.
At 15 years old.
Okay, so what year would that have been like?
95, 96.
Okay, mine was slightly later than that. My first job was sacking groceries at it's ironic, the grocery store that I stock at now. I used to sack groceries for $5.15 an hour is what I got paid at my first job. My son just started at a job about a year ago at a local fast food restaurant here, and he makes $15 an hour. Also, gas was like 98 cents when I got my first job, and it's like fucking not that now. So.
Cigarettes are $1.75.
I found this YouTube channel. This guy, he'll go and he'll be like, "What the beer or what the liquor you say says about you?" And he's like, "Beer edition." He's like, "If you drink Natural Light, every time you go to the gas station, you say, 'Hey, what's the cheapest cigarettes y'all got in here?'"
I do want to say from watching this match This Apollo guy actually has a lot of potential and isn't terrible.
I mean, no, it's a big fucking guy, yeah.
Like his moves in the ring and like the Christmas of all the stuff that he's executing, he does it really well.
Oh, the TKO.
Like, he's actually way, way better than Buff. Way better than Buff Bagwell.
He's much better than Buff. We know it's not saying a lot, but he's much better than Buff. Uh-oh. He missed the big clothesline there. Why didn't he go for the pin after the TKO? What a dummy.
Yeah. Oh, got the blockbuster.
And he fucking missed it. Here we go. Oh, a super kick. That was one of the worst super kicks I've ever seen. 1, 2. They fucking lost.
Wow. And then he got taunted with his own taunt. I hope Apollo goes in there and just beats the hell out of Buff.
He should. That's probably what they're probably going to feud now. It's going to be the new stuff versus Buff, the old stuff.
Chris Jericho and Rodney from the Mean Street Posse.
Chris Jericho, get your wife. Go get your wife.
She's storming the Capitol again.
He's hitting the stairs. That was a good one. That was a really good joke. Nice work. If that offends you, go fuck yourself. Just gonna say that too. Go ahead and fuck yourself.
I mean, she was there.
You don't want to go to this show anyway.
She was there. It's not like I'm saying any untruths here.
We're spitting facts. And if you don't like facts, then too bad. Here comes Post Malone to ask Buff Bagwell. He said, should we say congratulations? That's a Post Malone song, right? I'm trying to think of all the posts.
He also looks like the guy from Korn.
What?
He looks like the guy from Korn, too.
Yeah, I think you said that. He's looking like a freak on a leash.
Freak on a leash, yeah.
That's a Korn song, right?
Yeah, that's the only one I know of.
Yeah, I don't know any. I never really been into music like that.
Oh, wait, Adidas, that All Day I Dream About Sex, or is that the same song?
No, I don't think that's the same song. I think
Okay.
maybe they might have had an album called Adidas, maybe.
Okay. I'm not too familiar. Talk about Buff Bagwell's chain and earrings here, because I think I had that same look going on in 2002.
Yeah, I definitely love a combo. Did you drink vodka cranberry too?
The vodka cran apples or whatever.
Wow. Hey,
Yeah.
I used to like Grey Goose and vodka back in the day when I used to drink vodka.
He got rid of the stupid hat. He listened to the WWF. He gave it away.
God damn it, pal. Give me that hat. I'm going to poop in it.
Oh, God. That's a good pooping hat. Like, if you had to poop in a hat, that would be a good choice.
That'd be the one, yeah. I mean, it's nice and deep.
It's got a deep, bucket.
That's a good pooping hat. Only on AWI Pod.
There's not many other podcasts you can listen to in here. That's a good pooping hat.
It doesn't happen a lot. No.
Can't say any of those words have been said before in the history of mankind in that sequence.
I don't think so.
Maybe like not. A good pooping hat.
I get it. Oh, God damn. All right, one more match. We'll go one more match.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Francine versus Taylor Vaughn, so that'll be fun.
As long as it isn't like an AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels Iron Man match.
Oh yeah, no. Oh no, it's Ken Shamrock in a wife beater. Well, it's just a tank top. It's not a wife beater.
And Ryan Shamrock?
No, they're not really related. I don't think. Or well, he's getting Ken Shamrock. Blah 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 blah. He's still blah blahing.
Is he their champion?
Yeah, he is the TNA World Champion currently. I think he's going to get attacked by some guy here, and that's why Oh, the lights! It's the Undertaker. Oh God, it's the Undertaker.
It's James Mitchell. Is that
James Mitchell? Yeah, I was wondering if you're getting who that was. It is James Mitchell.
I remember him with Abyss.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I remember him from.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember him from the Dark Side of the Ring about Canyon.
He looks a lot younger here than I remember him, though. But
yeah, well, I mean, was he in WCW? Wasn't he like Raph and Mortis's manager or something like that?
You might be right. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I don't. It sounds right.
Oh my God, he's been attacked by a man with rippling leg muscles and tattoos.
Giant quad muscles.
Who the fuck is this guy?
It's Damian Priest.
It's clearly, yeah. It's the white Damian Priest. I don't know who that guy was, but he just beat up
I never got a good look at him.
the guy who wishes his chops were as good as fucking Thomas Bryce's, but they're not. Mickey J's out here to rescue him. Just what he needs. There's a medical team. Bunch of fucking fat guys from a trailer park.
Mickey J. With a mullet. If I want anyone with my life in my lines, I want a guy with a mullet and a black t-shirt.
And a cut-off T-shirt that says NWA on it. Yeah, I feel really good about where I'm going in life.
I want him administering my neck brace.
That's exactly what I want. You smell like Funyuns. Get away from me. Oh, no, I was wrong. We're going to get one more match, Mayor. And it's a little person match.
The puppet.
His fucking name is Puppet.
I'm good with this.
I don't know why his name's Puppet, but that's his name.
Is this the guy that pulled a gun on television?
I'm pretty sure. His shirt says Midget Killer. So apparently he kills midgets.
He's very confused.
Wait a minute. So does he kill midgets or is he just like a midget killer? I'm mixed up here.
It's a good point. He could be the midget killer, as in he's the midget that's
Like
killed.
he's the midget and a killer, or he could just be killing midgets.
He's cutting a heck of a promo here. At least he thinks he is.
He hates us. He says, "Let me tell you a little something here. I came to this little arena in this little town to put a little of this kendo stick across a little bit of face, if you know what I mean."
He has a little rat tail.
Now, everybody, sit down. Let me tell you a short story.
His legs go from kneecap to ankle.
They really do.
Oh, no, it's John Weena. It's a harmonica playing it.
He's wearing Kane's pants, though. At least parts of them. See?
Oh,
this guy's like a cruiserweight midget, though. This guy's a heavyweight midget. This guy's a cruiserweight midget. This isn't fair.
Speaking of midget shows, have you ever seen the Curious Case of Natalia Grace?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh,
I haven't, but I've heard of this. Yes, I heard of this.
You're familiar with the story.
Yeah,
it's absolutely wild. This guy just beat this guy's neck up with a
with the popsicle stick.
Popsicle stick,
and now he's got a Barbie's Dream House trash can. Swinging around.
It's a bicycle washer for the screw.
Oh man, a little clothesline there.
Yeah,
a little whiplash onto the neck there. Unfortunately, bad news for this guy. Slick Johnson, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the referee, and I don't know if we did it last week, but he deserves it. Congratulations to Mr. Slick Johnson. You are in the AWI Pod Hall of Fame. First of all, I love referees. Second of all, your name is Slick Johnson. It wrote itself.
That can didn't even budge.
Well, it was he put a little dent in it, is what it did. Only put a little dent. Just a little tiny dent. That's all.
Oh,
there we go. That's how you use your head a little.
I mean, you can fit him the whole thing in the can.
That's true. You could just put him right in there. Oh, he's gonna beat that little fucking can with that popsicle stick. Ooh.
See, what I would do is I'd hit the top of it, not the sides. Hit the top and knock them into it more.
There you go. That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you should do.
Agent a midget match?
I gotta say, this is getting a little out of hand, don't you think?
These kicks were like
getting a little out of control here. We need just a tiny bit of decorum in this thing. Come on. Jesus.
Oh my gosh, what's going on?
It's
gonna be an F1.
F1. It's an AA. It's an AA, but lowercase A's.
That has to be it, right? There's no kicking out of that.
Oh no way. That's it.
I'm imagining
the winner.
I'm imagining that match was done like
Oh no, he's beating Slick Johnson. That's a
what's the guy's name that I can't, it's escaping me. In ECW, you'd wrestle and the music would be playing the whole time.
Oh, New Jack?
New Jack, that this was like New Jack, and it just was like the Wizard of Oz song with like the lollipop kids playing the whole time as the wrestler.
Lollipop.
And that just playing throughout the whole match.
Yeah. Oh no, what's gonna happen here? Oh, he's gonna beat up Don West.
Oh no, don't hit his trophy.
Oh, come on. This guy's a little out of control.
He won his bowling league that year and got a nice trophy.
That is his bowling league trophy. He's now chasing Slick Johnson through the arena. He'll never catch him with those little legs, though, so it's fine.
No, he almost just jumped off a mountain.
Right. He probably tore both of his quads jumping off the ramp there. It was like fucking falling off a bridge for him. Well, there's nothing more that we could do to terribly offend a bunch of people, especially little people. Actually, you know, I think little people would like this show. I think they've got a good sense of humor, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, they would enjoy it, definitely, 100%.
I definitely agree.
Just a little bit, though. Not too much.
Just a tiny bit. Yeah, you don't want to do too much. Just a little. But anyway, that's going to be it for this week. Glenn's still not around. I hope he's doing well. Honestly, I haven't talked to him in a couple days. I'm a little worried about him. Glenn, if you hear my voice, we're worried about you, and we want to hear from you. Please get back to me if you're doing okay. But yeah, he's still not here, so I'm going to do the plugs for him. The current AWI Pod pay-per-view champion is Glenn Abbott. Like I said, Glenn, hit me up if you hear me. But of course, make sure you check out Unbooking the Territory with our good friends Rob and Dan doing the first of last in wrestling. They also do Unstacking the Datatory, the road to Wembley, and the biggest wrestling match in the history of wrestling by over 18 million viewers when Big Daddy took on Giant Haystacks at Wembley. I don't remember what year it was. It was in the 70s or something. Listen to the show, you'll find out. They also do Unbooking the Tankatory, which is a lot like the Life and Times of Psycho Sid. Actually, it's just like the Life and Times of Psycho Sid, only better. So check that out. They do the Life and Times of Tank Abbott. And then, of course, check out DDT Wrestling with DC and Doc, the Doctor Who podcast with Danny and Cy. Add us on SJP World Media. And I do believe that is all I have to plug for Glenn Mayer. What do you want to plug?
We always talk about our good. We mentioned the chops that rule the world. And has the only chops that have beaten out Ken Shamrocks in 2002 is from our good friend, Mr. Thomas Bryce. And you can check him out at Thomas Bryce 2017 or Thomas Bryce 2020, depending which app you're on. Type them both in, but follow both people. If there's a one that stole his identity, follow that person too.
Call him a prick.
Yeah. If they don't have fantastic chops that, you know, come down all the way, it's not the right guy.
Call him, friend him and tell him they're, I was going to say the C word. Never mind.
You just sent him a picture of Psycho, the who was it? The killer midget killer?
Yeah, midget killer, yeah.
And say, we're sending this guy out. We're going to send this guy after you.
You're going to be in a small amount of trouble.
Wee bit. And check him out at Sportswire Radio with a Z, sport with a Z, wireradio.org. And yeah, that's about it from me.
Well, there you have it, people. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you don't already. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, nothing else to plug, to talk about. So that is it. Mayor, go ahead and tell the people goodbye.
Goodbye.